it comes from 2.3 kilometers away and 65 meters higher than this. That means by natural gravity, this pipe can go up to 65 or theoretically 65, and still water will come out, right? Water maintains its level. And then when it falls down from there, from a fountain, it hits these bushes and scatters out, and as it scatters and breaks its speed, cold winds freeze it up. And then it goes on adding layers and layers and layers. So it was here, from here to that, and that's the idea, that you build until March, and then from March, end of March, it doesn't build, doesn't melt, it stays like that. April it starts melting through May and now June, and as it melts the water gets collected on the other side and goes into a tank. And we don't have yet, but there will be a drip irrigation system for each tree. There will be a drip going. So May and April, which is the most water scarce months, April and May. Ladakh looks like a desert, it is, and people are able to farm only some parts and not this part, all the way down. And that's, yes, because of water scarcity, but it's not water scarcity per se. It's water scarcity in these 2 months, May, April, mid-April to mid-June. After that there is no water scarcity. The streams are full, actually flooding sometimes. So there is water. You could have farmed on the desert also, but people have not farmed, not because there is no water at all, but because there is no water in April and May. So this is a solution not for all months of the year, only for April and May.
The main things we cover in science would be solar energy and environment. Oh, and a garbage workshop. So all kinds of environment and solar stuff and heat. And then all the basics of health. And then all the basics of this food preservation and gardening and that sort of stuff. And then other stuff that comes up. They learn English with conversation class with the volunteers. We get lots and lots of volunteers and visiting groups. So we have conversation class every day. So they get English practice constantly, and they have people from different parts of India, like you all. And then we have a lot of visiting student groups from US, UK, one that comes every year from Denmark. So we teach really basic math for a month or two, history for a month or two, science all year, English and conversation all year. Basic computers sometimes of year, depending on availability and other activities and the solar supply and stuff. So that's solar electricity, solar heating, the solar pumps. Then these solar cookers, today's cloudy, so that won't work. The solar electricity and pumps work, not as strongly, but they still work on a cloudy day like this. And then we have solar pumps. We used to pump water up from the Indus, but the Indus, well, for one thing, the pumps were washed away in the flash flood a couple years ago, and the Indus water is not always clean, and now Leh City is installing a sewage system. So
is that going into the Indus then?
Where else? I mean, where do sewage systems go? Come on, folks, where does your sewage system go? It goes into your nearest water body. Don't fool yourself. So the solar heating system is in the winter. We attach plastic greenhouses to all the south sides of the buildings, and we put it down and fix it tight in autumn and then remove it in spring. And then that means all winter we can grow vegetables and or we're growing a few things that wouldn't grow in this climate, like grapes and certain kinds of flowers and strawberries. And also it provides heat to the buildings all winter. So that's the main heat source, is this attached greenhouse, which is just seasonal. You put it on in the autumn, leave it there, it's attached all winter, and then you remove it in the spring. Preserve food for the winter, because in the winter you must have heard that the roads to Ladakh are closed, and so we don't get fresh vegetables in the market all winter. So we have the stored vegetables, potatoes, onions, carrots, those things store all winter, so you can get those. And then we make a lot of pickles, Ladakhi pickles, and we've been making Korean kimchi too. It's a super hit, everyone loves it. Great ways of preserving cabbage with probiotic bacteria, preserving them. We try to manage our garbage responsibly. I'm not sure there is a way to manage garbage responsibly, but anyway, we do what we can. I'm not sure that the result is actually responsible, but at least it's the best we can try and the best we can do. It's better than, throwing your stuff in the bin in Leh. By the way, it just goes to the municipal committee truck, just takes it and throws it in an open valley on the edge of Leh, up above the housing colony, which is where the rural to urban migrants live. So it's out of your sight. Out of your sight.
So why I choose to stay here is like I have been here as a foundation student back in 2009, and then I like this place too much, and we get to interact with lots of people from different parts of the world, and it's very good environment we have here. So good model of the outer world. So that you cannot have in home or in Leh. So if I stay in Leh, so I have to take a rent house, and so I don't have anything to do there. So it's most of the time nothing to do. So I just decided to join here as a hosteler, and because here we at least do something. We walk into the garden and do something. So it's always busy learning and interacting with different people.